there has been some news about some rule additions and changes and clarifications for college tennis, both men and women, starting this fall. And it's pretty significant. Some of these are significant, more significant than others. Now, the minimum requirement and format, it was previously for a dual match, you have to have 4 players and one member of the institutional coaching being adopted. But it's now an alternate dual match scoring formats are also included for matches with fewer than 6 players on one or both rosters. Okay, that's interesting. Now, on the service lets, the women are now allowed to do that. As in, like, if the ball lands, it hits the tape, top of the net, and goes on the other side on while serving, and it stays good, stays in, then it's in. Overrules in one set matches, aka doubles. For example, like doubles. A player or a doubles team will be penalized under the ITA point penalty system if it's an overrule more than once. Of course, in matches that consist of more than one set, the schedule of penalties for overrules remains unchanged. So it's just really addressing the doubles. So I know it's kind of not good in a sense. I understand why they're doing it though. Even though I'm a little against this, but I get it because there have been players in the past that have cheated just to win the match. Despite knowing, hey, the ball was really good, but they called it out. And then they get overruled and overruled and overruled. Okay, now medical requirement, medical timeout quantity. In all divisions, a player may only receive one medical timeout per match. There's now a concussion timeout, like the ITA is adopting for a concussion timeout if a possible concussion is suspected due to a blow to the head or trunk or head or body forcibly impacting the ground. A healthcare professional has up to 15 minutes to definitely eliminate the possibility of a concussion. If the concussion cannot be definitively eliminated within this time frame, the player shall be retired. A concussion timeout is separate from a medical timeout. Bench player interference. If a bench player interferes with the playing of a point, for example, calling a ball out or tries to call that, the result of the point shall stand. A bench harassment penalty shall be applied once the point has ended. Bench harassment penalty system. An additional step to the bench player harassment penalty system. In the instance of a third and subsequent violation of a bench player behavior, a point penalty shall be assessed across all matches still in progress. This point shall be assessed as soon as possible, regardless of the score. Now there's an allowable, like the rule changes allowable area. The allowable area will be established by the home court, a coach, and referee. It is preferable that the allowable area is completely separated from spectators and is not located directly behind a court. Okay, now, tennis balls. Due to the shortage, continuing supply chain issues, the protocol applied during COVID regarding the shortage of tennis balls and the use of alternate brands of tennis balls is being adopted as a change for this year. Okay, that's the new rule changes. Now, rule clarifications. Lineup changes in back-to-back dual matches. Players / doubles teams cannot move ahead of one of more than a player or a team from the previous match's lineup as played. resuming a suspended match. Both coaches must agree that a suspended match can be resumed within 48 hours. Medical treatment. Aside from changeovers or set breaks, a player may not receive direct medical treatment unless a medical timeout is being taken. Coach interference. Language has been added to clarify what may constitute coach interference during play, making officiating calls including but not limited to foot faults, lets, and line calls. Coaches may still overrule their own players' out call though. Control of bench players and team personnel. It is the responsibility of the coaching staff to control the behavior of bench players and team personnel. Player behavior. This section is regarding player behavior has been reorganized for clarity. Now, here's the point of emphasis. Sportsmanship and bench player behavior. Following a rise in sportsmanship-related incidents last year specifically tied to the behavior of bench players and support personnel, the ITA Rules Committee asked that a point of emphasis for the 2022-2023 season be stricter enforcement of all sportsmanship-related ITA rules, including sportsman conduct for on-court players, unsportsmanlike conduct for rules for coaches, and bench players player harassment rules. So that's the rundown, and I get some of the rule changes because, or point of emphasis or clarification, because it needs to be addressed. I mean, all this stuff needs to be addressed. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys later. I was going to be at the 400 subscribers or more by the end of this year.